and I will be posting the link in general. Hello everybody and welcome. We are back with... Oh, I'll try that again because I think it started. Hello everybody, we are back with Block E. We are in Toronto, and as you may have noticed, the torrential weather has come in. We had some drying rain earlier this morning and earlier last night, but it's all come to heads now with a really big weather front moving in at the moment. And because of this, we will be having the first official wet race in Block E history. The race is starting in 4 minutes. In the background somewhere, we've got the race director of Nubby here, who will be doing all the flag stuff for us. But the grid as it stands, Dafu is on the pole for the first time in his career. Carl is in second. In third is Guerre. Fourth, Avsec, provisionally on pole, but got a penalty. Fifth, Denvi. In P6 is Silver. P7, one of his career bests is Rocky. P8, the championship leader of Flow. P9 is Resi, who is not here. P10 is Denvi, who says we can see, don't drag it. Shady, P11, in P12 Aosta, P13 Finn, P14 Gold, P15 Would-Be Antilli, who's not here, P16 No Name, and P17 is Salo, the last man currently on the grid. As we fly above you can see the weather is quite bad. We've got a few spectators in the pit lane, we've got a few spectators underneath the giant awning in turn 1. Here are some of the abandoned cars, the teams that will not be represented. The only one that will not be fully represented is McLaren here today. So there's that. I need to come out of that. 3 minutes to go. Resi is now here. So there's that. He's finally made it. Nubby, you are allowed to delete the cars in the pit lane now, if you so choose to. We're just trying to get the best way to start the opening lap done like this. There's our little FIA slave, who's going to delete all the cars in the pit lane, meaning every single other person now who joins is out. If Silver stays AFK on the grid, it could cause a problem on the roll-up. So for his sake, I sure do hope he's paying attention here. I believe this is almost record-breaking amounts of drivers, having 17 for the race. We had 19 for practice 1, around 17 for practice 2. So I'm not too worried about it. Had a little panic attack because I completely forgot my thing was only streaming Roblox and not my Discord, or I was chatting to someone privately. All off the grid. Silver, get in your car, mate. Thank you, thank you. Everyone is here. Everyone's ready. On the back row, if you two like to quickly move up, so No Name, go here. No Name. And then Solo here. Let's quickly sort that out. So 16 of RFR's finest are on the grid with 1 minute to go before we roll up. Aosta needs to get a good result here, says Denvi. A man in Audi. We'll stay here for the start. We'll try to commentate it the best we can with this stagnant camera, with free cam. In fact, I'm going to try to go as far back as I can, where we can just about see them if I zoom in. As you can see, there's quite a lot of rain attacking the camera. We've got all-weather tyres here for this weekend, so who knows what we're going to be able to do here. Ignore that. Mido is officially the first not to start as he's joined too late. So he will not be starting, but what I can confirm is the roll-up has started. So Dafu will be the first driver to move up, and then everyone follows him. We're waiting on Rocky, who hasn't moved up yet. Rocky, move up. Rocky's a non-mover on the grid. Not sure what his problem is. Or I believe he has, because everyone's now moved up properly. So at the race director's moment, he will push the start button to make the lights go. He's waving the green flag at the back. It's 5 lights on for the E-Prix in Toronto, and it's green flag running in the wet, and there's a no starter on the grid from Guerre. He's on a really sluggish start. Carl is trying against Dafu into turn 1. We see it there, the procedure of Afsit gets through into the lead. Almost. Oh, we've had a problem there from a procedure. I believe that's Shady. Yes, it is. He's got caught out. They're going again, and F6 pushing for the lead, and they're all everywhere. There's a spinning Rocky in the middle of the field. Dafu has kept it towards the front. Flo's made a few places. Someone who's dropped back is most definitely Carl. But Afsik has taken the lead from P4 on the grid. They go past the stadium here in Toronto, and it's Axel fighting Dafu for the podium. Silver pushing into the lead from P8 on the... was it P8? No, it was P6 on the grid. P6 versus P4. P6 comes out victorious, and he's into the wall, so Afsik gets the push through, and Flo jumps ahead of Dafu. Crucial for the championship. Shady is dropped right to the very back. They will probably need... no mandatory stop this race due to the current weather, but they have the option to if they so please. So we'll see the grid order come in fully here. A lot of different things happening. The two Hykins fighting each other with Dafu in the mix, but at the moment Afsik has pushed into the Lizzie Yellow in the first sector. We fly over, we see everything's okay. I believe that was a spinner. Not to mention we've got our little Tech Pro wall here to stop people from mass corner cutting. Let's get up to the fight back at the front where Silver has pushed ahead and Dafu has fallen to 4th from pole. So for now, not much can be done from his position. He just needs to sit and pray that the rain eventually dulls down to a dry part of the track. At the moment we see the man pushing the most is Afsik with the purple purple first sector and a purple middle sector. That has since been taken by Silver, so we'll get the fastest lap in eventually here. But Silver is pushing towards Afsik. Flo is fighting with Dafu. Or I should say Dafu is pushing against Flo here. Dafu's trying to make the move. I don't think he's got it there, but he has got it there. So I have been corrected on that one. Dafu gets through. Flo just drops behind. Everyone else in the field struggling. There's a big fight there for 5th even. Axel, the Haas of Carl, Rezi and Guer all involved in this one. And we've got Shady still at the back with Salo just at the bottom. 16 drivers will start. I fear we will not get 16 drivers finishing this race. Due to the way it is, due to all the rain, they're inside each other now. And a Haas has dropped off the back there. Not quite sure what's happened to Rezi there, but I'm sure someone will double check on him. He's still going, so... Although the fight for first, anyway, Silver has pushed up against Afsik there. They're side by side, level pegging down the straight. So it's going to be close into the first corner. Afsik has the lead by a 10th, exact. Into turn 1 they go on lap 4. Silver goes around the outside. Dafu's dropped off massively. I fear he's made a big mistake there, and I think Axel was trying to push through on him. So big moments in the championship here. Of course, round 8 of round 10 means a lot of major things happening for the championship season at this point in time. So a lot of different and unique things going on so far. But it will mean Afsik has lost the lead from Silver. We go further back. Dafu is trying to solidify his place ahead of Axel, who is trying his best to keep ahead of him in these really wet conditions. We'll see what happens here. Of course, 27 laps. If there is a safety car, that will well go up to 35, I assume, if someone hits the wall hard enough. Speaking of hitting the wall, I think Flo's hit the wall because he's definitely backed off there, and Dafu's making a lunge on Axel. Gets fully ahead there. Silver trying to push away for the win here. Silver's currently tied for second with the most amount of wins of all time with 1. Flo is the only driver to have more than 1 win in the league. Silver trying to become the first driver with 2, and Dafu goes deep into turn 1. Axel swoops back through. You can see the rain is falling down with a vengeance at the moment. A very wet Canadian Grand Prix. We could see the rain start to vanish towards the end of it, but who knows? Salo slowly pushing his way up the field into P13. But we'll see what we're able to do with this current fight forming. Dafu, Guer and Axel. The three of them are close. Yeah, actual note, the rain won't disappear. Because we can't unfortunately get rid of that. That is a graphical problem. But anyway, Axel really pushing through. So he's honest to darn trying his hardest to get through here. Silver extended his gap to 2.8. That could be crucial pit stop territories. The clouds to clear shortly, which will mean despite this rain on the screen will not disappear, but it will mean the rain will lighten up on track to make the track surface slightly easier to drive on. Flow has definitely dropped out a bit there. Axel's pushing his hardest. Placed lowest in qualifying of P5 here this entire weekend. He's been up at the front, on the front row for both sessions, so small fights throughout the field as well. Dafu has dropped back majorly, so big mistake there for championship protagonists, and the clouds have completely gone. The rain is sticking around, we can't get rid of it. So it's a little summer shower now, a little autumn shower. Despite how violent it sounds. Can't get rid of it on my screen with Beatles, unfortunately, but... And Axel's had a big hit on the wall there. He's not in the Tech Pro, but... he's had a big moment, and Guer's going to try force past him. Probably help Dafu slightly. Guer gets through, Carl gets through, so Axel loses 2 places in the straight. Down they go. Not the major beneficiary there. But unfortunate to see. Big mistake from him. Safety car ready and waiting at the pit lane exit. There are the clouds back. Big fight there for 4th on track. Axel, Guer, Carl, Dafu. Remove the skybox. Thank you. Anyways, we can see major fight going on here. These 4, yes, I am fumbling my words, are really in it to try and win it here. Could have a very clean weekend on our hands if there is no safety car. These guys could be pushing their absolute hardest to get to the checkered flag. Silver has the fastest lap and is pushing around half a second a lap to try and get ahead of Afsik. That gap slowly building. Axel on Dafu, Carl on Guer. Carl gets back through, Dafu gets ahead of Axel. Across the line they go, confirmed all like that. Pretty swift sailing so far. I have a feeling we'll get some drama when the pits happen, because there's some Tech Pro near the pit lane exit that has been hit quite a few times. The other beneficiary thing would be that Tech Pro in the middle of the track on that curb that will cause problems. So we'll see what can happen. There's all sorts of things that can unfold in this race. Flow's starting to back off, so that's one of the major things that's happening so far. You know, Flow's starting to lose a bit of time there. Flow's starting to give a few seconds to Afsik ahead. There's now a huge gap of almost 10 seconds between Silver and Afsik. If I were them and the safety car comes out, I would definitely choose a pit stop here. You can see it's now brightened up a lot. The cloud cover and the cloud cover is really gone, so you can actually see it's now a light spring shower, a light autumn shower, or a light shower of some description. At this point in time, across the line they go. 13 seconds off the back. Carl dropping a bit back. Axel's chilling at the back of this pack. Dafu's on a mission to try and finish ahead of Flow for the next couple of races to try and grasp that championship. Because realistically, if Silver wins, that could put a real spanner in the works for all of them. Especially if Dafu finishes ahead of Flow, as Dafu is closer to Silver, that would help Silver gain on his teammate and championship rival. Of course, it's all impossibility that Hyken finish first and second in the championship if something were to happen to Dafu in the final weekend. But let's not dwell on that at the moment. What we're dwelling on is Silver currently with a almost 4 second lead over Afsik, but then a huge 16 second lead provisionally over Flow. Flow makes a big mistake there, hitting the inside and the outside wall. Carl is trying again on Dafu. Assetto starting to push up against Silver now. Dafu, Carl and Guerre all fighting for the same position. Someone say they're jockeying for position. We'll see. 17.5 now. That's definitely almost a pit stop clear. And Carl hits the wall. Big sideways hit. We're already on lap 10 of 27. This race has gone very quickly so far. I have a feeling we will get some pit stops coming in soon if the rain, if the surface starts to dry up, that is. Because when the track surface starts to dry, as we see Dafu into the wall there, he just needs to finish out of Flo in order for him to close that championship gap more than he already has with that 3 points for pole. We'll be able to see here though, Assetto is really pushing against Silver here. He could be vying for Prestige's first win this season. The team have scored some success in other electric related series. They've not hit the ball running though, hit the ground running out of this season. This rule set really hasn't come to them yet, but it could be the equalizer of them getting a decent driver as well as a well put down car at this circuit. Shady himself, unfortunately, will lose a position to his teammate in the championship. The track surface to dry up basically fully in around 5 to 7 laps, and we could see some people pitting around that period. And I'm sure that will be around the halfway point in the race where some people would think, I'm going to risk a pit stop. Even if there's a safety car, there's a big guarantee for a pit stop. Especially if you're Silver or Assetto. Speaking of Silver and Assetto has properly pushed up to the back of Silver here. So either Silver has backed off or Assetto has started pushing. Gold could also be at risk of getting lapped here, which would be something interesting if that does fall foul. Assetto pushing up the rear of Silver here. 0.84. Dafu's driver number on the field here. Silver makes a small mistake going wide. Assetto has the much better line. Silver's going to try the wider entry. Assetto follows. Stay behind each other if there would be a chicane for the next couple of seasons. I'm sure that would bring some overtaking opportunity. As Silver brushes the wall, so Assetto pushes into the lead of the E-Prix here in Toronto. The first Canadian E-Prix, Gold and No Name are in the blue flag period shortly, so they will be asked to pause their fight to move out the way. Gold first has to move out the way as he is the closer. In fact, both of them have to pull off the track and let them through because they are in a fearsome fight. If they do not uphold this, they could be given a penalty. They both go through. They're clear to race now. They've let the leaders through. No Name and Gold make the mistake, but Silver gets through, and Assetto with a huge mistake there loses a big heap of time. While all of this has been going on, Dafu's got ahead of Guerre and is pushing up towards Carl, and in fact Carl's pushed back against him on that lap. So 2 people now lapped in this race. That shows the dominance of the top 2. Dafu nearly brushing the wall there, having to brake a bit heavier than he would have hoped to. But that does mean Flo is going to slowly be caught by Carl, and if that does happen, that will reduce the amount of points Dafu can gain on Flo, but also reduce the points Flo can gain on Dafu. So this all does eventually help. It does come to a positive fruition at the end of it. Silver's still in the lead from Assetto by a second. Assetto with 19 seconds clear of the nearest driver, being Flo. Assetto could see himself in a very strong championship position next season if he continues having races like this. I think Salo's made a big mistake as well in this race. Resi pits, so he could trigger the whole field to start pitting here. Especially if you're one of the ones running at the front, they could choose for a free pit stop. Salo's coming, I can see at the top of the screen there as well, or at the left of the screen. He's getting lapped. Racer, that's a warning globally. That's not just for him. He's been warned for crossing the exit line. There's going to be 3 public warnings before penalties will go out. So there's a big bit of drama if someone gets that wrong. Yeah, I did see Salo coming into the pit lane. He has now been lapped and would be lapped soon. And I think is in blue flags of Carl, who has overtaken Flo that lap. Guerre and Axel also in the pit lane. Flo makes a big mistake in turn 1. I'm just going to hang around the pit lane here, see what happens. We've got Denby coming in as well. We're going to see these pit stops as they come in live. So will Axel gain on Gwen? No, he won't. Track condition is now dry, so those who are pitting now, like Rocky, could gain the most. Ignore the rain on screen. I think there might be a way to get rid of it, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, oh well. Finn is at a huge moment. Rocky has pitted. I don't think anyone else has. Silver and Afsik, though, come through the main straight here. Rocky is going to be within the blue flags now, coming soon. Nubby, I'm sure, will monitor that and call it when it needs to, but Flo and Daffy are really fighting. Gold's coming in. No, he doesn't. Dodgy pit entry. Carl is definitely coming in here, though. Flo joins him. Daffy joins him. Salo, of course, already pitted. He's staying out and is officially last because he was the first to pit of the lapped cars. So we'll see who gets the better pit stop out of these guys. Flo and Dafu starting in the same place. I think Flo may have had a better pit stop than all of them, but we'll be seeing them. Do they speed or cross on pit exit is the question. Marginal there from Flo, and Guerre's got back involved and he's slid into the wall at turn 1. Almost. Someone has already dinked the Tech Pro once. Aost is now in. Racer has jumped up a few places. Finn as well. Aosta and back going, but Denvy's jumped up a few as well. This could be good for Shady. He gets ahead of Rocky, so there's that. Silver and Afsik, though, are at the fringes of lapping people here. They've not pitted yet, so when they do eventually pit, it will come to a thing here where one of them is going to be the major beneficiary. Of course, there's no mandatory pits this race due to the wet weather start, but it really is up to them. But currently they've dominated the entire field. I'd put them around 40 seconds ahead almost of Carl, the nearest driver, because it's a huge positive here. And I believe that's Shady about to get lapped, which it is. So Shady, blue flags pull off to the side. 37-second lead. Shady is trying to slow down the best as he can. The others will be blue flags soon. Of course, Shady might need to hold up a bit for his teammate, but Silver's right there, so he will have to back off fully and let them both through. And I think we see Silver darting to the left, is not going to the pit lane. Same with Afsik. So Shady's going to let him through. I'm sure there might be some team orders here, some shenanigans going on soon, as Aosta and Rocky are now at risk of getting lapped, which is a huge shame for them in their fight, but this could help Shady if he can stay pinned to the current battle at hand. Rocky's fully backing out of it now because he has been fully blue flagged. He is in the blue flag zone for both cars, so he needs to let both of them through. I think Silver just grazed the wall as well. He can now go full speed, and Aosta backs off as well. Aosta could lose the position to Rocky. That's big at the back of the field. I believe that's No Name in the pit lane, falling back to the back of the field. As we see, that gap is 38 seconds now. Surprisingly, no one's made any errors into the turn 1 wall. 11 to go here. Do either of the top two choose to pit? Silver does. Silver darts into the pit lane. On this lap, Afsik stays out. So we'll see. Will Silver be able to get a good pit stop out here? Full stop. Tries his best to get back in. That's a decent stop. He needs to stay for the first gear throughout the entire length of the pit lane like everyone else has. I've been watching it. They've been very clean so far. 11 seconds lost to his protagonist. He can start going from there. And he's out with a huge margin to the rest of the field. The question is, does Afsik pit now and get a relatively clean pit stop out to try and see what he can do? Salo is now under blue flags from Carl, who is currently on the podium. As long as there's no mistakes made there, we could see some nice stuff going on this race. Someone has definitely hit that Tech Pro. So we'll see what happens. Someone has brushed the brick of Tech Pro. That will need moving by Nubby. So I'm sure he'll get on that. That will be covered by a local yellow in the first sector. So no overtaking around turn 3. No Name is being blue flagged by the other drivers around him. So I assume that was put back nice and sturdily. Yes, it has been. And Afsik, I don't believe is pitted because he's still got a huge margin ahead. So I think he's going to try and push as much as he can. I'm honestly surprised we've gone almost a full race distance here without another safety car, which would be 2 clean races back to back. But I'm sure someone is banking on a safety car here where everyone has to go to gear 1. Yes, I am. Because that could give Afsik a first ever win, and that could be brilliant for the safety car. Safety car, that would be brilliant for the championship. For Silver as well, given the fact Flo would be off the podium, so he'd gain a ton, and Gold goes wide to let a few people through. Dafu's now slowly gaining, and of course under safety car, those who are lapped would be able to unlap. So we'll have a rather long safety car as we come to the end of this race, if we do get one. Silver in the 102s. Oh, almost fall under the map. Whoop, 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 whoop. Afsik stays out again. So he's really risking it here. Oh, and that's Finn into the wall in turn 1. He went very deep. If he careered into the Tech Pro and got stuck, that may have been a problem. But he didn't, so that was... Tech Pro has been hit once. There's been a slight dink into it, but he didn't slam into it there. I honestly thought he was about to, but... Anyway, if I were Afsik, I'd think about pitting at this moment in time, because... he's starting to lose to Silver, so if I were him, I'd come in now. He's starting to lose that positive... Because at the moment, he's got the oldest tyres on the entire field, and if he pits now, he's going to have the advantage of having the freshest rubber on the field. Freshest Michelin tyres. I believe they're Michelin's at least. Oh, that's a big mistake by No Name, who proceeds to be lapped twice. So No Name becomes the first driver to be lapped twice in this race. Denvy's just around getting lapped, but Afsik comes in, he listens to what I said. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was thinking if he doesn't come into the pit lane, he's going to be screwed over because, well, think about it. A lot of people need to go a lot faster. He's jumped out. Silver's going to cross the line here. Silver retakes the lead of the race. Afsik left it too long. I have a feeling if he pitted a lap before, he would have got it, but there's also a lapped car between the two, so that's not going to be very nice for him. A really big gap as well. We fly over. That is Guer with Dafu slowly behind him. We'll see when they cross the line. I don't know. It's going to be close. Guer and Dafu are also within a second of each other here. I'm honestly actually surprised no one has careered off into the Tech Pros. We've got 7 laps to go. Oh, Dafu's trying a move on Guer. Through turn 4 they go. Dafu slides it slightly wider to get the rotational speed. Down they go into turn 5 and into the braking zone of 6. The spray is somewhat still there. There are dry patches, there are wet patches. Dafu just almost gets through. So most definitely a pit was there. That's a 5-second gap between Afsik and Silver. So I'm starting to fumble my words. But Dafu versus Guer. Oh, and Dafu's hard into the wall. He's going to keep going, but that has definitely lost him quite a few tenths. And Axel is right there. So Dafu's hard into that barrier, as I just said. I'll reiterate for those at home who misheard me. But that gap has really slowed. He's coming hot into the barrier, and I believe Aosta's under blue flags here. There's a lot of people under blue flags from the top runners. To get back over to this fight here, there's a lot of lapped cars getting through. Surprise, is that Resi fighting? Yes, it is. It's Resi fighting with Denvy. Denvy provisionally ahead. We're going to fly over turn 1 and watch as everyone comes through. Finn again into the wall at turn 1. He needs to be a bit more consistent with not hitting that wall. Yeah, that is No Name trying to get through. I've just knocked something off my desk, so I had a little panic. I'll grab that after. I'm sure someone will remind me. Yeah, that's Denvi and Rezi really going at each other here. It's a fearsome fight between the two. Rezi's just managed to get out ahead of it, but... Oh, Guer's had a big mistake there. He's fallen miles off. Yep, no added laps confirmed. 5 laps to go. This means if we do get a safety car, it could safety car to the end. Oh, and Dafu slides it wide and Guer gets back through. Flo is now right on this group, so if there's a big mistake from Flo, he could lose out to Dafu here, which I'm sure is disaster to one and music to another. Some of the worst and best news. 5 laps to go. 4 laps to go, sorry. I'll just correct myself there. We could see the most dominant top 2 in the league's history coming through here, and it could mark 4 in a row for the Hykin team. Could also mark Silver's first, Silver going into the second all-time leaderboard for the most wins of 2, and then everyone else at the bottom with 1. The only driver to have more than Silver at the moment, if he wins this, is his teammate. I believe Guer's timing ticket is having a huge moment because it is saying he's a lot further back than he is. But the official results are on the side, so we'll have to go off that. Unfortunate for him. But yeah, at the moment it's a lowly race for a few people. It's a quiet race for a few people. Three to go at the moment, so from the next lap, if we do get an incident, it will be VSC till the end, meaning no overtaking. So, second race in a row, we are not going to get a safety car. And, oh no, we've had a disconnection in the third sector! We've had a disconnection in the third sector. Guer is gone. Guer is disconnected. He's on the racing line as well. Full course caution's out. Max gear 1, everybody. Max gear 1. That needs to just be driven off the track into a marshal post. I'm sure there's one nearby, Nubby, so... Yeah, there is at the end of the straight. You could just drive that into the runoff and we could get green again. Denvi choosing to come into the pit lane, from what we understand. So, a big deficit and a few strategies going on here at the moment. We'll see what has happened there. I believe I've just been notified by the driver. It was a Wes problem that he got kicked by. He got kicked for a Wes issue. This has neutralized the race. The car is just being brought behind the wall now, so at most, yeah, it's ending now. Fast working marshals. We are very sorry, Guer, but you will be counted at the back of the field, so you won't be classified as DNF. Green flag again. The fight we really want to be looking at is Flo, Axel, and Dafu. Flo, Axel and Dafu. 3 men who are technically all in contention for the championship, as well as technically 5 of the top 6 in this race are all eligible for the championship. They just need a few right things to go their way. A few more will 100% be knocked off that list. Flo has just slowed down greatly there. Not sure as the reasoning to why. 2 to go at the moment. Silver's about to cross the line to make it 1 to go, and he's about to lap Rezi, so... A dominant race from those two. How do you mean a rip-off of 2025? This is better. Dafu is really pushing against Axel and Flo now. Flo keeps making small mistakes and losing time. Final lap of the race confirmed, and Dafu's going to try a double move on the both of them. Sensational racing as Flo loses 2 places and brushes the wall and so loses even more. After this race, I'm sure I'm going to start to lose my voice because this is some exceptional battling. Axel could be very nice and give Dafu the position here, but this could be for the cusp of a podium. There's Shady going a lot slower than we would have hoped for. Oh, and he's dinked the Tech Pro wall and backs out, and Dafu has this last lap to try and force his way through on Axel. Flo has backed off greatly. We're going to have to rejoin to this fight eventually, because it's going to be Silver for the second time this season, taking a very dominant win in the championship. Silver wins round 8, the first wet race of the season. Rezi comes across the line in P7, Denvi P8, Gold P9, Gold P14. We need to get back to the fight here. Flo versus Axel. This is crucial for Dafu's championship. Afsik is going to come across the line here, though, in P2 by 23 seconds, marking the biggest win in Block E history by Silver. Dafu is surely going to finish ahead of Flo here, which will be pleasure to his ears. Axel could try and get him across the line. Carl finishes the podium in P3. Dafu P4, Flo P5, Axel P6. Silver, the top 3 need to go a different place. Everyone return to the pit lane. If you have crossed the line, that is. If you cross the line, return to the pit lane. Top 3 go slow out the final corner. There's a different place you need to go. I do not know. Points will be confirmed after this, but that is Silver taking the most dominant win in history in Block E. Guer is counted as last on track. Keep going. No, Silver, keep going. You keep going till turn 11. Afsik, when you see me, I want you to go right. So when Afsik sees me, he goes right. Afsik only go right and then wait. Go right, then wait. Afsik, this way. Afsik, this way. No, Gold, go that way. Afsik, this way. Afsik towards me. Carl as well. Carl towards me. Afsik, Carl towards me. Left, I meant, sorry. And then we get Silver over by me as well. And then you want to go over here. Where I am. And then between the trees. Silver left here. Between the trees and down. Down there is the podium. Down that road is the podium. No, you can get in your cars and drive down to it. Come on, guys. Yeah, everyone return to the pit lane, and I'll teleport you all over once you've jumped out to the podium. Silver, you can drive. Yeah, just park your car in front, Silver. Silver, park your car in front. Oh, invisible wall. I see. Right. There you go, Silver. Park your car in front, and then we'll start the podium celebrations for you. Hold on. Jump out quickly, Silver, and leave your car there. Let's just bring everyone. There we go. If you are on the podium, go behind. So with that, we will have, for the first time in a while, the Haas driver. Carl, please join the podium on the left-hand side. Your left-hand side. Carl, go on the podium. On the right, sorry. On your right-hand side, my left-hand side. Yeah, other side. Yeah, there. In second, making it, I believe, a second podium in the row, is Afsik for Procedure. Come on, Afsik, hop on the podium. There we go. And the race winner and the man who is going to send absolute shockwave through this championship who is still in very good contention to win it. Silver becoming a 2-time winner and the second most decorated man on the grid. You can stand in front of the trophy if you like. The second time we're going to hear the Czech anthem, and the fifth time we're going to hear that this has been surprisingly the shortest ever run race of Block E. We'll see you all next weekend for the championship deciding race.